right, guys, so here's what we're going to do today. First off, remember that all of your grades and everything, all of your Monday stuff, all of your stuff from your January folder is hard due on Monday. Okay, after Monday, unpublishing that folder. You won't be able to get into it. If there's something you're missing in there, you need to have it done. All right. As far as the stuff in February, let me look up so you guys can see it. As far as stuff from February goes, Unit 5 vocab, this gallery walk right here, and then these two little PDFs that are short, sweet, and simple. You should have those done as well. Most of you already have those in. It's okay. Mm-hmm. Hold up. You don't have the PowerPoint right here?
Is there another one?
No, there shouldn't be another one. It should just be that one. Yeah, you can turn this one into. Okay. Do what? You don't get a PowerPoint?
I think there's another one. Because I got confused.
Another one? Like there's two of them?
Yeah.
That's weird. Hold up. Let me see what Parker's doing. We'll figure that out here in just a second. I need to chair before I kill myself. Hold on. Whatever happens, if you can't get a hold of that PowerPoint, all you have to do on it is go through and answer the questions. It was an introductory thing that we did back when we were all quarantined. Yeah, it should have been when we were all quarantined. So it's really easy. You don't need any outside sources. All you need is what is on the PowerPoint to answer the questions, okay? And then turn it in, and you're good. Make sure you've taken the quizzes, 5 quizzes that we have on this 9 weeks. Unit 1 vocab, the vocab quiz 1, the Unit 5 vocab quiz, both of the states quiz, and then this Unit 5 test, which is open notes. So you guys should all pass it with flying colors. Got me? Okay. Do you guys have any questions about February stuff? So the Gold Rush thing is when you open this first folder right here and you click on Manifest Destiny. There's a Nearpod, which is like an interactive PowerPoint almost, I guess, but it's multiple PowerPoints. When you do what? What do you mean? You don't have the little. Oh, well, hold on. It's so weird. Why is it not showing up for some reason? All right, we'll figure it out in just a second. But when you click on this Nearpod thing, it'll take you into like the actual Nearpod site. It'll give you all of the info to go through, and then at the very end there is a PDF for you to fill out, but it won't let you turn that back in on the Nearpod. You have to turn it in here. So turn that in there. It's just a fill in the blank note sheet about the California Gold Rush. So these first 2 weeks, what's in this week? Remember, we did part of the Industrial Revolution assignment together. Remember, we did the like the organizer last week. So make sure you have that turned in as well. So anything from these 3 weeks will be on your first 9 weeks grades. All right. Now I'm not going to shut this stuff down until later on this month, but just so you know, it's going to be on your report card that you get. Okay. All right. Click into February 22nd, 26th. We've already done these Andrew Jackson notes. We're going to do these 2 things together today. I'm going to put this on next 9 weeks because a lot of people have not gotten to it yet. Okay. So click on the election of 1828. It'll give you a PDF, which I have open over here. I don't remember how you do this. All right. We're gonna skip this part. It's just the idea of, do you think that people in certain jobs should be qualified for their job? Like, what are some jobs that you have to have qualifications for? Parker. Huh? Most of them, right? Okay. What are some jobs you don't need qualifications for? How about that? Retail is one. Very good. What else? Fast food. Anything else? Being an entrepreneur, do you need any kind of qualifications to like start out in construction or anything? No. Do you need anything to start out as a manager of like a grocery store or something like that? You might need experience, but do you need qualifications? No. So what are qualifications then that you would need for certain jobs? What are qualifications you would need to be a firefighter? You have to pass all the tests, right? You have to take the the courses. What about being a police officer? That's pass police school. What about being a teacher? Yeah, you have to go. Yeah, you have to go to so much school. What about being a doctor? A lot of school, a lot of internship, right? What if you want to be a politician? So do you need qualifications to be a politician? Not really, but law school helps, right? Okay. Let's think about, I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark and say that none of you guys know most of our senators or representatives now. Okay. Do you guys know who one of our senators is? The one that we just elected? Just
That one guy.
that one guy. Who is
That
that?
one guy.
Yeah. Who is it? Tommy Tuberville. Somebody said it. Auburn's old coach, right? He ran for the Senate and he got the Senate seat, didn't he? All right, what are his qualifications? All right, he's a teacher, he's a coach. Does he have any background in politics? No, he doesn't. All right. Do you have to have background in politics to run for a political office? No, right? Okay, it helps in a lot of ways if you are like an established politician because you do get more support. But you can be whoever you would like to be. Oh, God, you guys seen the guy who lives in LA who's run for president every year since like 1985 or something? And some guy who lives on the streets of LA and calls himself like Austin Lord or something like that. Yeah, freaking hilarious. Huh? He gets votes, like he gets at least a couple thousand votes each year he's running. Really cool, it's really hilarious too. All right, what did Trump do when he was president? He was a businessman. You guys know what he did specifically? No, but before presidency. Before presidency. He's an entrepreneur. What did he sell? Yeah, he's a real estate mogul, right? He had a real estate business that took off. He made a whole bunch of money that he had to start up from his dad. So did he do politics before? Very, very rarely. He had like opinion pieces and all of that. You guys are probably not old enough to remember, like during the 90s and all of that, He was very popular on TV because he would go on and give his political opinions on stuff, especially with things like gay marriage and abortion and things like that. He was very controversial because he was for gay marriage, had some interesting stances on abortion. So, yes, kind of, but is he necessarily qualified for the job? No. No.
Is anyone though?
Is anyone though? No, right? So we say to people who are lawyers, people who are career politicians, we say that they have qualifications to be in office, but do we like those people sometimes? No. Do we like people who don't have qualifications who end up in office sometimes? Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes you like those people. So if you want to be a leader of your area, do you have to be politically qualified? No. All right, when you guys hit 25 and you just by yourself run for a House of Representatives. Yes. Can you run for the Senate when you hit 30? Can you run for president when you hit 35? Yeah, as long as you meet all the qualifications, like the actual qualifications, like you were born here, you've been in residency for so long, you have to be a certain age and all of that. All right, do you have to be affiliated with a political party to be elected? No, you do not. It just helps. All right. So, if you don't have to be qualified to be a politician, then anybody can run for office, right? So Andrew Jackson is who we're talking about today. Andrew Jackson was delicately put, Andrew Jackson was he was a backwoods hick who became a very popular general who decided to move into politics. He represented the common man. In all honesty, there are a lot of comparisons you can make between Andrew Jackson and Trump because it's this idea of very bombastic speaking, very controversial figure, very polarizing figure, but also has a base that just absolutely adores him. Andrew Jackson is going to start off as a general. He's going to fight in the Revolutionary War. He's going to fight in the War of 1812. He's going to fight against the Native Americans in the Seminole Wars. So he's a man of the people. And when he gets elected, it's going to be like the biggest party the White House has ever seen. Like they had to, I think he had to escape out of the kitchen window because it got so crowded and so crazy because they brought libations and what have you to the White House so that the common people could come in and party with Andrew Jackson. All right. We are going to, I'm going to force you guys, can you guys read that from there? Like where you're at? Can y'all read that? Okay, we are going to read through this together. If you don't volunteer, I'll pick somebody anyway, so you can say the classmates. All right, I'll read the first paragraph and then we're going to go through, okay? So, Andrew Jackson felt that the 1824 election had been stolen from him, that the will of the people had been ignored. Jackson and his supporters were outraged. He immediately set to work to gain the presidency in 1828. So anybody want to volunteer to read the next paragraph? It is his supporters. Thank you, Carson. Hey, Dan. Stand up, you'll be all right.
For the next 40 years, the split is a lot. Democratic Republican Party. Wider. Jackson claimed to represent the common man. He said Adams represented a group of persons.
It just says the. Great, thank you. All right, Caitlin, can you read the next paragraph. Thank you. Election of 1828.
The election of 1828 again matched Jackson against Adams. It was a bitter campaign. Both sides made vicious personal attacks. Even Jackson's wife Rachel became a target during the campaign. Jackson crusaded against control of the government by the wealthy.
It's just he. Yeah.
He promised to look out for the interests of common people. He also promoted the concept of majority rule. The idea of spreading political power to all the people and ensuring majority rule became known as Jacksonian democracy.
Esther, can you read this paragraph? Can you read this paragraph for us?
When Jefferson was president in the early 1800s, additional people had gained the right to vote. Had reduced restrictions on who could vote. Before, for example, only those who owned property or paid taxes could vote. This isn't of both having restrictions or fixed number of votes. But voting.
All right, so pretty much a lot more people could actually vote these days, but it's still strictly limited to white adult males who are voting. Andrew, can you read the last one? Thank you very much. All right. So essentially, Jackson and his supporters said the people who are in charge right now are the elite, the people who are making all the money, people who are well educated, people who think that they are above us. All right. So he's going to run on the popular opinion. He's going to run for the common working man. All right. This is the election map from 1828. We talked about this very briefly in the Jackson notes. There were this is 1828. There were two people who ran in 1828. In 1824, there were four people who ran, and it split the vote to where nobody got a majority. In 1828, who had an overwhelming majority? Blue is Jackson, brown is Adams. Who has a majority up there? Jackson, right? How do you know? There's a lot more blue. Very good. All right. So he wins both the electoral college vote and the popular vote. So on this, you would say who won the election of 1828? So who won the election of 1828? Who won the election? There you go. All right, which region of the United States supported Andrew Jackson? So look back up here at the map. Which region is mostly supportive of Jackson? Which region is all blue? The South and the middle of the country, really. We call it the Rust Belt today. Good morning. Thank you. I don't know how the S ended up way over there. All right. Which region of the United States supported John Quincy Adams? So who supports John Quincy Adams? The Brown? The North, right? Very northeastern colonies or states. Why does it keep doing that? So weird. And who won the popular vote? Thank you. right, so answers for this first page. Really easy points. Okay. Andrew Jackson, South and the Midwest, Northeast for John Quincy Adams. And who won the popular vote? Andrew Jackson. All right, President's People. I'm going to make you guys do this part by yourself. What you do is match the number for each paragraph with the photograph. So if this is number 1, read the paragraph. Jackson was born in a log cabin and grew up on a frontier in South Carolina. At a young age, he moved to Tennessee. He was the first president not born into a wealthy family and not from an eastern state. His supporters were ordinary people, mostly laborers, farmers, and frontiersmen. So you would go through the pictures and say, hey, log cabin, that looks like number 1. You put a 1 there, and you're done. Make sense? I'm gonna make you guys do that part by yourself. All right, why did Andrew Jackson think that the 1824 election was stolen from him, Carson? Uh-huh. Blake, do you remember? All right, how many people ran for presidency in 1824? 4, very good. So did anybody win the popular vote? Not overwhelming, not a majority. Nobody reached that 50%. So Jackson and Quincy Adams had the 2 most votes. They went to the House of Representatives. The House of Representatives got to decide who the president was. Who did they pick? John Quincy Adams. So in this, you would type. So Jackson believed the election was stolen from him because he had the most popular votes and the most electoral votes, but not enough for a true majority. Election goes to the House of Representatives, and they choose Adams as the winner. That is the answer to that one. All right. Who does Jackson claim to represent, the elite or the common people? The common people. Why does he choose to do that? I mean, why does he say he's for the common people?
So people will like him better.
Yeah, so people will like him better. Remember what we just said about him being born in a log cabin, not from an eastern state, not an educated, wealthy person? Does that appeal more to common people or to like an elite, wealthy, educated people? There you go. So he claims to represent the common man because he was born for All right, what happened to the Democratic Republican Party? Common sense here. Is it still a Democratic Republican Party today? No, very good. So what happened to them? Very good, Jason. They split. split into two separate parties. All right. Idea of Jacksonian democracy is just the idea that democracy should be run by the people and by the majority. So in the country, we have a protection against the majority because we have caveats in place that make sure the minority voice is also heard. The Electoral College is a huge holdover of this. Jackson did not like the Electoral College. He said it should be a popular vote and the popular vote should win because the common people are being basically shut down by the elites on the Eastern Coast. All right. Who ran in the election of 1828? Adams and Jackson, which you guys should already know that one. And then why did Jackson have an overwhelming win in the election of 1828? Who liked Jackson? And then the effect of expanding voting rights is just that more people are allowed to vote who've never been able to vote before. All right, hey, we're not going to do this applying what I learned bit. We are going to do the spoil system bit, okay? So Jackson's inauguration began a new political era. In campaign, he had promised to reform the government. He started by replacing many government officials with his supporters. The practice of giving government jobs to political backers became known as the spoil system. The name comes from a statement that to the victor belong the spoils of the enemy. Jackson's opponents charged that the practice was corrupt, but he defended it, noting that I don't know what that word is. It broke up one group's hold on government. As president, Jackson would face three issues: the status of Native Americans, the rights of the states, and the role of the bank in the United States. So the practice of giving government jobs to political backers became known as the spoil system. It's a hire of political backers. And you fire people who are already in office. And then these are the three major things that Jackson faced as a president. You're going to have states' rights issues, which you put down here. You're going to have Native American status, which you would put right here. And then the national bank, which would go right here. Okay, so 3 points right here. Completely and totally finished. I will go back up and let you fill in the blanks wherever you still need to, but it's done for you, okay? What I want you guys to do today, you do have to come back up here and do this portion by yourself before you turn this in. And then the other thing I want you guys doing today is, let me find my mouse. To go into February 22nd to 26th folder and there we go. Go to Andrew Jackson's biography. There is a short PDF reading right there. What you guys are doing is creating a comic. If I'm talking about a comic, what is a comic strip? What is a comic book? Yeah, it's a story with pictures. There you go. Small little speech bubbles, not a lot of description, right? What I want you guys to do is choose one event that is explained in the biography reading right here and create a comic for it. You can draw it out, you can do it online, however you need to do that is fine, but that is this assignment. Does that make sense? Yes, no, maybe so. What's up, Andrew? Astrology. If you go to February and jump down to this last folder, it's this one right here. Find it? All right, any other questions, comments, or concerns? Do you guys need to fill in the notes about all of this? Or do you guys have it finished? Open it with Adobe Acrobat. Anybody have a question? Last chance to ask. We all good? Okay.
Then like the January stuff, when do you need those for January?
I am at current. I'm almost to y'all's class. Okay, you guys are free to work on those two assignments, all right? anybody still need what's up on the board, or you guys go through here yourself? Okay. Do you need me to scroll up or down?